Attention passionate San Francisco 49ers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on San Francisco 49ers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true San Francisco 49ers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and San Francisco 49ers fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. If you're a 49ers fanatic, you know that this offseason has been anything but dull. The team, fresh off back-to-back playoff appearances and a trip to the NFC Championship just last season, always seems to have a new challenge waiting around the corner. But what's catching everyone's attention right now, and what could be a game-changer in the NFC West, is the recent tension involving one of their key wide receivers, Jennings. That's right, Jennings, who's been a vital part of that San Francisco offense, is making some serious demands. And it's not just about wanting more money, it's about a potential trade request. The news broke that Jennings has told the Niners he's ready to hold the team hostage if they don't give him a pay raise. If they refuse, he says he'll ask to be traded, which of course sends shockwaves through the fanbase and the front office alike. Now, let's back up a little and analyze what's really going on here. Jennings had a breakout season last year. He proved to be more than just a reliable target. He became a go-to guy in critical moments, showing that he's capable of being the team's primary wide receiver when needed. His physical style, reliable hands, and ability to make those tough contested catches have endeared him to fans and coaches alike. It's no wonder he feels confident that he deserves a pay bump. But in the NFL, especially in a franchise like the 49ers, that's all about strategic cap management and roster building, such demands create a complex situation. The 49ers are known for their organizational discipline. Rarely do they cave to player demands unless it's absolutely necessary. And here's where it gets even more interesting. The 49ers are entering this season with some uncertainties at the wide receiver position. Brandon Ayuk, who was fantastic last year, still might not be ready for Week 1. Ricky Pearsall, a promising young receiver, is currently banged up, and Demarcus Robinson could be suspended or unavailable at the start of the season. The team needs depth, especially reliable targets for their quarterback, Brock Purdy, who has shown he can lead this team but still needs more weapons to truly contend for another Super Bowl run. Losing Jennings, especially if it comes down to a trade, would leave a significant hole in their receiver core. Now, pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest San Francisco 49ers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. So given the current roster situation, the team's financial realities and Jennings' demands, the possibility of a trade isn't just wishful thinking. It's becoming a real option. And believe me, that's not something the 49ers are known for. They prefer to keep their roster stable and build through the draft and strategic free agency. But if push comes to shove, they might have to consider some bold moves. And here's where it gets even more intriguing. Could they turn this situation into an opportunity? Maybe even an opportunity to make a splash in the trade market and shake things up in the NFC West. One of the more talked about speculative moves involves the possibility of the 49ers trading Jennings to the Washington Commanders. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Washington doesn't exactly seem like a natural fit for a receiver like Jennings, but hear me out. The idea isn't just about losing Jennings, it's also about what they could gain in return. And what if I told you that the Niners could use this trade to reunite McCaffrey with his brother Mccaffrey? That's right. Imagine the potential of having the McCaffrey brothers playing on the same team, creating chaos for defenses all over the league. Mccaffrey, who's just entering his second NFL season, had a modest rookie year with the Commanders, catching 18 passes for 168 yards. Not eye-popping stats, but enough to suggest he has some upside. Some NFL analysts are already predicting that he could be on the verge of breaking out in his sophomore year. If the 49ers could package Jennings in a trade with a mid-round draft pick, they might be able to acquire Mccaffrey, who at only 24 years old, has the athletic profile and skill set that could develop into a real weapon in Kyle Shanahan's offense. Of course, if the trade happens, it could look a little funny, sending two of their top receivers from last season, Deebo Samuel and Jennings, to Washington. But that's the NFL for you, full of surprises and bold decisions. The key here, however, is the strategic advantage it could give the 49ers. By trading Jennings, they could save some salary cap space and bring in a younger, cheaper receiver with upside. That's a smart move for a team that's always looking to build for the future, especially with the salary cap constraints and the need to keep their core players happy and healthy. Now, let's talk about the bigger picture here. The NFC West has been a dogfight for years. The 49ers, under head coach Kyle Shanahan, have been at the forefront, consistently competing at a high level, thanks to their innovative offense and stout defense. But the division is getting tougher. The Seahawks, led by Geno Smith and a rising defense, are becoming more formidable. The Los Angeles Rams, while coming off a Super Bowl victory a couple of years ago, are trying to reload after a tough season. And the Arizona Cardinals are still in a rebuilding phase, but they have some talent to watch out for. In this context, every move the 49ers make takes on even more significance. They have a roster that's built to compete now, with stars like Nick Bosa, George Kittle, and Christian McCaffrey. But they also need to manage their resources carefully. Trading Jennings could be seen as a way to get younger, shed some salary, and keep the team flexible for future moves. And let's not forget, the 49ers are known for their excellent scouting and player development. They've turned undrafted players into stars before, so they know how to find gems in the draft and develop talent from within. Looking ahead to the season, the expectations are sky high. The 49ers are seen by many analysts as a top contender in the NFC, especially if Brock Purdy continues his impressive development. The defense remains one of the best in the league, and with the addition of some young players and veterans, they want to build on that. But at the same time, questions at wide receiver and concerns about depth could be the Achilles heel if not addressed properly. That's why losing Jennings would be a blow, but if they get a promising young player like Mccaffrey in return, it could be a calculated move for the future. And let's not forget the history of the franchise. The 49ers have always been about resilience, smart moves, and making the most of every opportunity. From the days of Joe Montana and Steve Young to the dynasty under Kyle Shanahan, they've shown they can adapt, innovate, and come out on top even when the odds are stacked against them. This situation with Jennings is no different. It's another chapter in their ongoing quest to remain at the top of the league, balancing talent, finances, and team chemistry. In the end, the decision whether to keep Jennings or trade him will depend on how the front office perceives their immediate needs versus their long-term strategy. They might look at the cap implications, the locker room chemistry, and the potential return in a trade. And no matter what happens, one thing is certain. The 49ers are always in the thick of things, always looking to improve, always planning for the next big move. Now, as fans, we can only wait and see how this story unfolds. Will Jennings stay and play a pivotal role in the upcoming season? Or will the team pull the trigger on a bold trade that could reshape their roster and possibly the NFC West landscape? It's a fascinating storyline, one that highlights just how competitive and strategic the NFL truly is. The 49ers have a roster full of talent, a coaching staff that's proven to be among the best in the league, and a fanbase that's hungry for another Super Bowl appearance. Whatever happens, it's clear that this season will be one to watch closely. And now, San Francisco 49ers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the San Francisco 49ers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest San Francisco 49ers news. We're in this together, and the best is yet to come for this incredible franchise.